Our mind is a place where we spend our whole life. And because of that, it is the most important place in our life to cherish and to not let it get messy and dirty. Our mind can be a place where we want to spend time in, and a place we're not afraid of. Today I'm starting a new painting called Amberwood Cottage. In my last video I started this mini one, Peach Cottage, but I'm gonna put it on hold for now to start this one. Alongside this painting session, I'm gonna talk to you about what I do for my mental health and what I do for my mind to be a nice and safe space for me to live in. Starting a painting is always nice if you're a lover of ASMR sounds, which I am. Lately I've been enjoying ASMR sounds more than music while watching content, so I have also been putting less music in my videos and reels and more natural sounds that go with my clips. The other day I was meditating. I have been joining this meditation group where we sit in silence for an hour and a half, just sitting there totally still and quiet. The other day it was particularly hard for me to sit in silence, and it got me thinking. The mind is a place we spend our whole life in, and we have our overall life experience that is perceived through our mind. The quality of our mental health determines how we perceive the world. I have had periods of time in my life where I enjoyed meditating so much. It felt amazing to sit still in silence. It was comforting and safe. And there were other periods in time where my meditation practice was filled with anxiety and it was scary for me to sit there with myself. I decided that how I feel during meditation is the scale of how good my mental health is at that moment. Well, maybe I didn't just decide that, I kinda observed that it is true. My experience of meditation, sitting with myself in silence, is an indicator of how safe and easy living inside my mind is, and it is a good and very obvious indicator for me. I believe that relationship with ourselves is similar than relationships with other people. After all, we are just a person. You know, when with someone that you have a good, safe relationship with, silence is nice and comforting, and it brings you even closer to that person. With other relationships, the silence can be really uncomfortable and sometimes even unbearable. The same as with other people, we can determine the health of our relationship with ourselves by how the silence feels. Does the emptiness feel safe? So in my life, I had periods with very healthy relationship with myself and less healthy relationship with myself. The silence has been nice and comforting for me, and also borderline unbearable. Sometimes it's hard to start working on myself again before I really sit down with myself and really admit to myself that I have a bad relationship with myself. My questions that help me determine how I feel within at that time are: do I feel fearful and avoidant when meditating, or when I think of me going to meditate? Am I tense and restless in a moment of silence when there is no distraction available? Do I always try to hurry to the next step, never wanting to stop, reflect, and readjust my life? Am I always grabbing my phone when waiting for something, or when I am in a moment in between tasks? If my answers are mostly yes, I say that my mind is not in a nice place right now. And if that is also the case for you, if you answer those questions with yes, don't worry. Be proud that you're so self-aware, that you're admitting this now and still listening to me talk about it. Getting my mind to be a better, nicer place is a journey that feels like a long adventure to figure out. Of course, healthy habits like getting enough sleep, having healthy relationships, trying to be a good, truthful person help. But those are all long-term, ongoing endeavors that go up and down through life. The thing that is more stable and to the point is setting our intention. Intention setting is, in my opinion, the most powerful step to change. I see myself and others getting into victim mentality so often, not even noticing when the pattern of victim mentality starts taking control and saying, we're gonna get really sad now because of seasonal depression. We're so screwed, we're gonna wait here for our savior. Waiting for a savior, whether this is our dream partner, a doctor, shopping spree. My subconscious patterns would sometimes do anything to convince me that my destiny is not in my hands and that I need to be saved by something or someone before I can go to a better place. Subconscious patterns can be very successfully hiding the fact that the awareness and setting intention is all on us. And those things are available to us at any time, anywhere. Right now, I can look deep into myself, stop lying to myself, and make an intention to get better. Whatever better means to me. Perhaps to make my mind a nice and safe space again that can be enjoyed in silence. I will work my way to a mind that is the best space to live in, so that distractions like my phone will feel overwhelming and annoying. I will not want to check my phone every 5 minutes, and I will not want to scroll on Instagram. I will be excited to go meditate and be within my quiet mind where I feel I can be myself. Patterns that disturb the peace in the mind are not always just victim mentality and distracting ourselves. There are all kinds of subconscious patterns and burdens we walk around with, like negative self-esteem, beliefs of our lack of worth, beliefs of lack of intelligence or beauty, regrets and complexes. But if we get aware slowly of each one we see, and we deal with them one by one, we are unburdening ourselves, taking control, taking responsibility, and lovingly taking care of the space within our mind. So naturally, our mind becomes a safer and nicer space for us to live in every day. Mental health is something to strive for and to never give up on. It's too underrated. We put such stupid things before our mental health, such as promotion at our job, or toxic people, friends or family, too much unhealthy foods, or reactivity with our loved ones, and so many more. We forget that our mind space is literally everything. It's our home for the time being. It's everything we can ever dream for, to not fear our mind and enjoy our time in it. I will finish this painting session here. I have made 2 layers of Amberwood cottage, a warm cottage by a shallow creek, deep in the silent forest. And after this painting session, I went and had to ship a couple of orders from my Etsy shop. Thank you so much for liking my cottages and buying my cottages from my shop. It's my favorite thing to ship them to you, and I'm eternally grateful. I'm eternally grateful for you watching this video, so you absolutely don't need to buy anything from my shop. But if you can and if you want to, the code for you is YouTube Friends for 10% off anything. The link is down below. And just as everything is dark and gloomy, I see the light in the dandelion's yellow blossom. And I can suddenly feel the warmth on my cheeks. And just as my cottages, it reminds me I'm home already.